There's so many of us in this house today that we're not going to preach the message. We're not going to sing the song, but we can say that, you know what? I have been there. I'm going to be faithful. I'm going to be the one that when they need me, I'm going to fill that position. When they need me, I'm going to fill that. I'm going to fill that void. I may be at the back door and greeting someone. My smile may be what makes them feel welcome. I may never preach like pastor. I may never preach like the bishop, but I'm going to be here. Pastor, you can count on me. Sometimes the most radical thing that you can do is just show up to the house of God every Sunday, every Wednesday to say, you know what, I can be counted. I might not be able to have the gifts of the Spirit where I'll give a message in tongues or an interpretation, but Pastor, I can surely be here. Don't you let somebody discount you because all you do is faithful. Don't you let someone discount you because you're not in a sound booth or playing an instrument, because your faithfulness is what the ministry of this church has been built on. And you go through situations where you don't feel like coming to the house of God. You don't feel like getting in the pulpit. You don't feel like working security. You don't feel like working in your ministry. It's in those moments that you have to know that you know that you know. I don't go by how I feel. I don't go by my emotion. I don't go by your shout of exuberance. I don't go by you smiling at me. I go by the simple fact is God has called me to be faithful, and I'm not going anywhere. See, nobody ever noticed that Joash was doing his job, but watch this. At time it came to build the temple of God, it was built on the back of Joash, because Joash went and got that 150,000 gallons of oil that he was responsible for, and he brought it to the king, and the king used that oil and gave it to Hiram to build the temple, the sanctuary of God. What I'm saying to you is it's called Solomon's temple, but if it wasn't for Joash, there wouldn't be a temple. You see, I'm preaching to you today on stewardship. I'm preaching to you today that there would be no music if it were not for the spirit of Joash. There would be no electricity if it were not for the men and women of God who would say, I'm going to be faithful with my stewardship. My money's going to be here. I'm going to be here. All my talents, all my giftings are going to be here. You are Joash today, and we have too many people that want to be in charge in the house of God, but no one who wants to take charge.